Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Wednesday, the 23rd of March, 2022. The news, some good things happened, lots of bad things happened. The bad things are drowning out the noise of the good things. That's it, really. Nothing else to say. This is the Wednesday Sudoku puzzle, which is labeled as medium from the Guardian, and normally means that you'll be a less experienced player if you're attempting the easy and medium level Guardian puzzles. It normally means that you maybe are a less experienced player. Occasionally they put in a tricky medium level, but generally they're pretty simple. So I would recommend that you play the game on pen and play the game on paper using a writing device such as a pen or a pencil. The last couple of days I've played it on the computer because the printing has been very fuzzy. Today it's still pretty fuzzy, but it's slightly clearer than it has been for the last couple of days, so good enough, I think, to use. So let's begin, shall we? Each row contains 9 squares, and we try to fit the numbers 1 to 9 in it. Look at this row here. Look, a lot of digits are already in this row. But look at this row here, nothing here yet, so we've got to get all 9 digits, because that's what we do. We place numbers 1 to 9 in those squares. Same rule applies for the columns down, and the same rule applies for these outlined blocks, numbers 1 to 9. You can see this one already has quite a few numbers, and this one only has 1. Okay, right then, so how do we begin? Well, we use the idea that a number can appear once in its column. For example, this 1 cannot reappear in this column, and this one cannot reappear in this column, and this one cannot reappear in this row. So in this block here, the only square, unaffected by intersecting ones is this one here. So we know immediately that that is where the 1 must be positioned. And that's our first number. Yeehaw! So we go around the board looking for, similar opportunities. Wherever we see a possibility, we will check it out and see if we have intersecting numbers. So now that we've put in this one, there's 3 blocks down here and there's 3 blocks down here. So ruled out, only 1 square, definitely ruled in. In fact, certainly must be. Oh, the pen's looking a bit funny as well. Not only are the printed digits a bit blurred, the pen is also a bit blurred today. 3 blocking across here, 3 blocking across here. Ruled out, ruled in. This 9 blocks down here, and this 9 blocks across here, so we can place our 9 just there. Now there are 3 empty squares in this block. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 9. What we don't yet have are 4, 6, and 7. That's what we need to complete this block. Now look at this square here, because we actually have a 7 blocking this square, so we know it can't be 7. And we have a 6 blocking this square, so we know it can't be 6. So if it's not 6 and it's not 7, we then know it has to be 4. Can we place the 6 and 7? No, actually we can't. So we have to just not worry about that for the moment and come back to that later. But the 4 we put in blocks up here, the 4 blocks down here. And so 4 has to go there. If you're a newcomer to the channel, you should note that I don't play these games ahead of time. I haven't worked out the actual solution or anything like that. I have to play the game live, and sometimes it's fast and sometimes it's less so. 8 blocks down this column here, so now we have just this 1 square. We can fit in an 8. I have to change the pen in a minute. Now, what we know is that these empty squares contain 6 and 7. So because we know that a 6 is one of these two squares, we know that 6 can't appear anywhere else along here, right? So this 6 will block both of these squares here, and therefore we'll block both of these. Sorry, let me continue. We'll block both of these squares here, and we'll block along here as well. And we have a 6 down here blocking across here. And so we can place our 6 there. We have a 5 blocking across here and a 5 down here, so we can place our 5 here. And if we look along here, we'll find that 5 is the last number that we need to complete this row. So let's put that in now. Then 4 goes up here as the last number for this block. We need one more number here, and it's a 4 to complete this row, and then a 2 will complete this block here. Okay. We have a 9 blocking up here, and a 9 blocking up here, and a 9 blocking across this row. So just that square there, that's not hit by a 9. I'm a bit slow today. I'm not noticing these things very quickly, but that's okay. We don't have to rush through this, do we? I do have some work to do today, but not yet, so don't have to hurry. All right, let's try to follow the numbers around the board and see what's possible. So we have 1 blocking across here and across here, and there's a 1 blocking up here. So we know 1 is in these two squares here. Over here, we have 1 blocking up here and across here and down here. So 1 is in these two squares here. Over here, we have 3 squares. We don't really know much more. Okay, so can't do much about digit 1. What do we know about digit 2? Blocks up there, blocks up there. Okay, 2 blocking up here and up here. So 2 is in one of these two squares. And actually, while I've seen this, I'm going to do something else. 8 blocks up here and 8 blocks across here. So 8 is also in these two squares. Okay, so it means that 2 and 8 are in these two squares. So whatever is left must be in these squares. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to find it or not, find the missing numbers or not, but it's worth investigating. So we have 2 and 8 placed already. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't know about 5, but we don't, well, we know that this can't be 5 because 5 blocks here, this 5 blocks here. So 5 is going to be in the middle, so 5 will be in one of those two squares there. Do we know anything about 6? Actually, no, we don't. Do we know anything about 7? Yes, we know that it can't appear here, so it's in those two squares. So actually it hasn't worked out to be very useful. But sometimes when you see this kind of thing, you need to investigate and see where it will take you. Unfortunately, it didn't take me anywhere. As I said, I play these games live. I have no idea of the actual solution before starting. So, and this game looks to be certainly a lot trickier than yesterday. As I said, from time to time, the medium level does throw in a decent game, and so maybe today's is going to be a harder game. All right, let's go back to investigating numbers. The 2 wasn't very useful. 3s can appear here. 3s can appear there because of blocking across like this. Okay, and blocking from up here, so 3s are possible there. 3s can appear like this because we have blocking here and blocking up here. Oh, I'm not doing very well here, am I? Okay, here, found it. Here we go, 4s. This is why it's a good idea to go through each number one by one rather than just looking randomly. I look randomly at first, then I need to look more methodically. 4 blocks up here, 4 blocks down here, and 4 blocks across here. So now we only have 1 square. 4 up, 4 down, 4 across. So we can say that the 4 must be in that square. The pen seems to have come to life. It's woken up. Good. 4 blocks across here, and blocks up here. So 4 must be in that square there. And now 4 blocking up here and across here means we can fit 4 there. And I do believe all the 4s are now done. We have a 4 in every single block, which means we have 9 of them because it's a game of 9s. Everything we think about is 9 here. Okay. All right. This row here does not yet have a 3. So let's investigate the empty squares and see whether they have the chance to be 3. This square here, can it be 3? We look up and down, we see this 3 saying no, go away. What about this 3, this square? Can it be a 3? Well, we look up and down, we see a 3 here, we also see another 3 here, so double no, no, no. What about this square? They have a 3 here. What about this square? Well, yes, because there must be at least 1 square in this row that allows us to place a 3. Otherwise, we would have made a mistake and had to start again. So we know that the 3 actually is there. That's as far as we can go because now we know 3s are in those squares, and then we can't do more than that on digit 3 for now, so we have to forget it and look elsewhere. Now, how about in this row, the same row that we search for digit 1? Now, this square, can it be 1? We look down and we say, oh, 1 there. Sorry, please do not become a 1. And this one here, same thing. Left with just 1 square, we now know that the 1 must be there. The missing numbers are, in fact, 6 and 7, but we don't have any intersecting 6s or 7s, so we can't say which is which for now. So, sorry, I apologize, I made a mistake. See how easy it is to make mistakes. The intersecting numbers here and here are 7 and 8, I should say, but we don't have 7 or 8 intersecting, so we don't know which is which. Right, where do we go from here? Okay, the top row has yet to place a 5. So again, let's take it step by step. This square, any 5s? Oh yeah, as far away as can get, but it's in the same column, so no 5 can go here. this square almost at the bottom. Yes, we have a 5, so this square and this square cannot become 5. How about this square? Possible, possible. Can't see any reason why not. How about this one? Aha. You will not become a 5. So 5 has to be placed there. Now the missing numbers in these three squares are 2, 6 and 8. And when we look at this column here, this square here, and we look down the column, we see both a 6 and an 8. So if this square cannot become a 6 or an 8, it has to become a 2 because that's the only number missing from this row. Excuse me. We now know 6 and 8 are possible in these two squares, but again, can't tell which is which. So we don't worry about it. We put it out of our minds and look for something else. Like the 2 that we just placed blocking down here and the 2 blocking up here. So now we know that the 2 goes there. The missing numbers down in this column are 1 and 5. We don't yet have 1 or 5, and I think you'll see very quickly this 1 close by. So 1 goes here and 5 goes in that square there. The 5 blocks across here and across here, 5 blocking up here and 5 blocking up here. So 5 has to fit in that square there. 1 blocking across here and 1 blocking up here, so 1 is in that square there. 1's now finished. We have a 1 in every single block, so we don't worry too much about it. If you hear a constant ringing, don't worry, you haven't developed tinnitus. I don't know if the microphone is picking this up, but it's a local ice cream seller. They walk around with a small cart and a bell. They don't shout, "Bring out your dead." They say, "Come out for ice cream." But the type of ice cream they sell is made with coconut milk, as opposed to the regular dairy-based ice creams that sell in a more, well, they sell in a different kind of vehicle anyway. 3 blocks across here, 3 blocks across here, and 3 blocks up here. So just the 1 square where a 3 can fit now. 3 blocking up, 3 down, 3 across here. So without even putting the top on the pen, I place another digit. Obviously ringing, desperate for my attention to get an ice cream. I really don't want one, so sorry. Right, what's left to get? Okay, this column does not yet have a 2. We have a 2 blocking this square. Don't know about this square. We have a 2 blocking this square, or 2 blocking this square, and we have a 2 blocking this square. So we now have to come back up and say, in fact, the 2 must go there. Now our 2 blocks across here and 2 blocks across here, so we know that the 2 is there. And then 2 blocking down here, 2 up here, and 2 across here means that we can place the final 2 there. By the way, this has been a pretty good game, I must say. A medium level, yeah. Well done, Guardian, because very often they put a medium under the moniker medium. They put easy level games, but this one is not really. I think this is a medium level, so well done. This missing numbers, the missing numbers here are 6 and 8. We know that because that's what we need to complete this block. But now that only leaves one empty square here, so we know this has to be a 7 to complete the column. Okay. This column does not have a 7 yet. This 7 blocks this square. This 7 blocks this square. So now we know that 7 goes here. And finally we can finish this block here or this row with a 6, whichever way you look at it. The missing number from this column is a 7. 7 now blocks across here, placing our 7 there. One number we need to finish this row. I do believe it's a 6. 8 will finish this column here, block here I should say, and then 8 blocks that square, so we know 8 goes here, and we know 6 will finish that off. 6 stops this from becoming a 6, so 6 goes here. 9 is the last number we need for this block, and down this column now, what do we need? We still need a 7. 7 blocks across here, 7 blocks across here, so 7 is there. The last number for this row is an 8. Not much to go now. One number missing from this column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have a 6. We've got 7, 8, and 9, so 6 must be there. Where are we? One number missing from this column here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but we don't have an 8, so we'll place that 8 there. 8 blocks across here. That is an 8. The missing number here now is a 5. Looks like the pen is on its last legs. How strange. I bought this not long ago. 5 across here. Oh, that's better. 5 is there, and 9 is the last number we need there. 9 stops this from becoming a 9. 9 goes here, and 6 will be the last number there. Now, if you are playing the game on pen and paper, as I have just done, pencil and paper, if you are less confident and want to rub stuff out, then you need to check at the end, because we don't have a computer double checking our work to make sure we haven't placed any double numbers in, and you can do that by mistake very easily at any level. So that's it. It looks to be okay to me, so I shall declare victory and say thank you, and come back and join, check out the other Sudoku games on this channel, whether they're new ones or old ones, doesn't matter. Find something suitable for your level. And if you like Wordle, there's also a Wordle game daily. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.